When you are going to Norway as a student, you can take your spouse and children with you without much hassle. In today's video, I'm going to tell you 5 important things about family immigration in Norway which you should know. These 5 points will basically cover everything you need to know about family immigration in Norway. So tie your seatbelts and be ready to go on this short trip to Norway. Let me tell you one thing, throughout this video I might use different terms such as family immigration, dependent visa, spouse visa, but all of them means the same. It's a visa that is provided to your spouse to join you in Norway. If you are planning to visit Norway on a dependent visa, you and your partner both should have at least 24 years of age. And this is the rule strictly applied to South Asian countries such as Nepal, India, Bangladesh, etc. There are a lot of cases where a visa has been rejected due to age. You can find all this information on a website called udi.no. In some specific situations, this rule might be exempted for you. But if you belong to a South Asian country, the chances of getting an exemption are extremely low. In Norway, dependent visas are provided so that the students can get emotional and financial support. So you must stay together when you are in Norway. If you decide to live in different cities, you might face many difficulties while renewing your visa. They will track it from various sources such as where you are using your bank card, your home address, and your work address. So just do not try to fool the immigration authority here in Norway. For bringing your spouse or family members to Norway, your yearly income must be at least 300,000 Norwegian kroner. You need to show the same amount every year to renew your resident permit. There are various requirements to invite your spouse. For example, you must not have been forced to marry her or him. Your marriage must not be a pro forma marriage, which means the main reason why you got married or engaged is that you want to come to Norway. To investigate this, the Norwegian Immigration Authority will consider how long you have been together, how much contact you guys have had, what do you know about each other, age difference, whether marriage is unusual in the culture of the country you come from, if you have previously applied for a resident permit in Norway or in other countries. You have to fill in all this information while applying for the permit, and you have to attach images as a proof. If you have permanent residency in Norway and you are inviting your spouse, the process is even stricter. You might have to appear in a long interview as well. I have seen that the interview have lasted up to 5 hours for some people. I don't know what did they ask. But if you are a student and inviting your spouse, then you do not need to appear for interview. However, if you are a student, you must have at least 1 year left in your studies in Norway to invite your partner. The second thing you should know before applying to Norway is processing and cost. You can apply for a Norwegian dependent visa in 2 ways. The first way is applying together from your home country, and the second one is applying after a reference person arrives in Norway. Both of these ways have their own advantages and disadvantages. While applying from your home country, first of all, you have to show that you have 300,000 Norwegian kroner in your bank account. As from 2023, you have to pay tuition fees to study in Norway. You have to add the tuition fees up to this 300,000 kroner. If you both apply at the same time, you will get the visa decision at the same time and come to Norway together. The second way is inviting your spouse after you come to Norway. The advantage of this is that you can show the required amount, which is 300,000 kroner, by mixing your job contract and the bank balance. It's easier for you to meet this requirement as you can show the amount that you brought as a student from your home country, which is around 130,000 Norwegian kroner. And after adding your job contract to it, the required amount will be fulfilled. easily. No matter which way you choose, you have to pay 10,500 Norwegian kroner as visa fees for dependent visa in addition to the visa fees for student permit. Before moving to the next point, let me introduce myself. My name is Lisa and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new to this channel, I have been making videos about student visas, the process of getting permanent residency, and the experience of international students in various other countries. If you are in search of genuine information for applying abroad, you are at the right place. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so that you can get notification of all my future videos. Now let's move back to today's topic. The third thing you must know is your right in Norway on a dependent visa. There are strict rules and restrictions in other countries regarding family immigration visas. For example, in the US, family members of a student cannot work at all. Similarly, in Germany, your family members should have passed at least the basic level of German language to get family immigration permit. But in Norway, it's different. You do not need to pass language and you can work. In Norway, person under a family immigration permit has more flexibility and right than the person under study permit and work permit. There is no restriction on how long a person can work and where a person can work. Similarly, while being on a family immigration visa, you can start your own company in Norway as well. But you need to remember that having a business in Norway does not form any kind of basis for your residency, so that the residency is still based on the spouse who has the residency of Norway. Let me clarify this. Let's say your husband is in Norway as a student and you are in Norway under family immigration. You started a business and it went really well. Your husband is done with his studies but he could not find any job relevant to his degree and he has to leave the country. Now you under family immigration visa having a successful business in Norway also has to leave the country. However, if you face such a situation, I have some tips. You as a dependent can apply to study in the university and then apply for study permit and prolong your stay in Norway. Now let's know what type of support you can get from your dependent in Norway. Emotional support is really important in Norway. Let me explain why I am saying this. The weather condition in Norway is really challenging during winters. Yes, it is cold here in Norway, but temperature is secondary thing. The first issue is the darkness. In some part of northern Norway, you won't see sunlight for 2-3 months. Literally, the sun does not rise at all for 2-3 months. Under this kind of climate, your body will not get enough vitamin, which you usually get from sunlight. Then you will unknowingly start to get stressed about every little thing. And under such situation, it is really important to have someone to talk to. And who could be better person than your better half. Additionally, you will also get good financial support from your partner as a dependent can work full-time in Norway. Your dependent can take language classes while you complete your studies. And after that, he or she will have many other different options. After having language skills and a degree, it is comparatively easy to find job in Norway as well. Lastly, let's know what type of job dependent visa holders are doing in Norway. When you do not speak Norwegian, you may have to limit yourself to restaurants, cleaning, or food delivery jobs. The most sensible thing you can do in Norway while you are on family immigration permit is to learn the language, the Norwegian language. After learning the language, more doors will open for you. If you already have a degree from your home country, you can verify your degree in Norway from Norkut and apply for relevant jobs in Norway. If you, as a family member of someone living in Norway, manage to get a degree-relevant job, you can apply for work permit on your own. As per my observation, I see a lot of Indians manage to get a job in IT industry, while they are in Norway under family immigration. When it comes to IT industry, it is easier to get a job even without speaking Norwegian. So if you are from IT background, have some years of work experience and are planning to move with your partner, you can be optimistic. Another thing that I have seen in Norway is that after learning language, many people under family immigration visa apply for a nursing degree and kindergarten teaching course. Both of these courses have good scope in Norway, and for joining these courses, you must be fluent in Norwegian language. Most of them are getting job after doing language and completing these courses. So, if you and your dependent both put some effort into learning the language, you can have a bright future in Norway, undoubtedly. My suggestion is, instead of just focusing on money and earning, if you put some effort in learning language, you will do good in Norway. Today in this video, I gave you some information about dependent visa in Norway. If you want me to cover any other topic, please mention it in comment below. Lastly, do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Next week, I'll be back with a new topic. Till then, be healthy, be safe. Bye-bye.